Okay, Zed Wild here. I'm in Cordoba now, in the train station. I'm going to carry on with the testimony of how a nuclear scientist discovered the reality of God. Right, this is part 2. After that, I learned from the Bible that the Holy Spirit is our daily guide. As we trust Him, and sure enough, I began to hear God speak into my heart in many ways to guide and encourage me through every circumstance of life. There were also specific answers to prayer that convinced me that the God of the universe really does speak to all His children, even scientists. I was also amazed to discover that His disciples today can do many of the things that Jesus did, such as healing the sick through the supernatural gifts and power of the Holy Spirit, as recorded in the Bible. This began an amazing adventure of faith which we shared with others, particularly the local Full Gospel businessmen, FGB, who invite not yet Christian friends and colleagues to informal dinners, usually at a hotel or restaurant, where in a relaxed social environment they share their personal stories of what God has been doing in their lives. Details about the FGB can be found on the next page. I discovered that there are similar fellowship groups all over the world where people can be naturally supernatural and see lives radically change for the better. So when people at these dinners ask us to pray for them, we also saw many answers to prayer. For example, in Southport, someone with an artificial hip found that they did not need a replacement. Arthritic pain left after prayer for a lady in Standish. Hearing was restored for a man in Wetherby. Damaged tendons were healed for a man from Manchester, and so on. Later in my office every Friday lunchtime, I met to pray with work colleagues who had recently become Christians. We saw the power of God working in our group in the nuclear industry. I now knew that the power of God is infinitely greater than the power of nuclear reactors I'd helped to design. Anne and I live in Warrington, where the golden gates have the Latin inscription Deus dat incrementum, which means God gives the increase. I found through scientific logic and personal experience that God is the creator of all life, including the gift of a personal relationship with a living God. What an increase. The writer Stuart Cripps is now National Executive Officer of the Full Gospel Businessmen in UK and Ireland. He can be contacted through the FGB National Office. And here's the address details, internet and website and email for the Full Gospel Businessman Fellowship International. Zed Wild, over and out.